Celebrating 100 years on the Big 89. Your memories, your life, your station. The Big 89 WLS.
The Big 89 WLS. We're going to play one more round of Wheel of Death. We will name a celebrity if you can guess whether or not OJ murdered them. 2 out of 3 is the winner, and you will get tickets to what, John?
You get tickets to our special WLS event at Zany's in Rosemont on May 9th. It's a Thursday.
The Wang Dang Doodle? Is that
the
what you're
Wang
talking
Dang
about?
Doodle?
Wang
Come and
Dang
laugh.
Doodle.
It's Steve Cochran. Come and laugh at me and my friends and point.
Who's going to be on that show?
Oh, Rocky Laporte is
he's
the
good.
main guy. And we have a surprise that
main
we're still
guy.
working on.
He's the main guy.
Yeah, he's even more main than Steve Cochran. But I will be on there. Steve will be on there. It's a little Andrea Darlis. So how about that?
Little
laundry. Hey, little laundry.
So looking forward to that. So you can win tickets to that. Who knows what else we'll throw in. Masters underway. They're finishing up the round that didn't get in completion yesterday. Tiger Woods teeing off on 18. He's still even par.
How's Tiger? Is he still limping?
He's still limping.
He is limping.
Yeah. He said he gets up every morning and he's sore. And I said, welcome to the party, pal.
Right.
312-591-8900. If you'd like to play Wheel of Death, you are more than welcome. Now, speaking of OJ, joining us now is the legendary Grunwald. Grunwald is not just a pal for life. He was my producer for a bit in Minneapolis, all through the Chicago run onto New York and Detroit. And even after I got fired in New York and Detroit, I left Detroit and I said, dude, there's no border guards in Michigan. You can leave too. But he stayed and he has a fabulous career.
Yeah.
He's still on the radio in Detroit. He's a big damn deal. And a huge deal in the country music world, so much so he's in the Country Music Hall of Fame. This is where you jump in and brag about yourself.
No, not really. I mean, I don't think they only had a few entries that year I got in. But anyway, I'm in Austin, Texas this morning.
Oh.
I took my mom to Tim McGraw last night and celebrated her 80th birthday, and it was beautiful.
That's
Austin.
fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's amazing here.
Now, I remember the last time I saw your mom, she was a little handsy. Was she handsy with Tim McGraw?
Well, he did have to move her hand up a little bit on his waist.
When you're 80, you can do anything you want.
Of course. And she's in good health? She's doing great?
She's doing wonderful. She said it was the best birthday she's ever had last night.
Oh, that's sweet. So give her a hug from me. And she's not in Tim's room, is she?
No. Tim left on his private jet last night, flew to Dallas. So
Okay. Nice to talk to you, buddy. Dial the clock back for me. It's 1996. And was it 96 or 98? I forget now. But it's the late 90s. You and I are working together at the Loop. And you said, Steve, what if I got you OJ? And I said, what are you talking about? You can't get OJ on the show.
Right.
And thus Grunwald began the ultimate quest. You can't tell Grunwald no. You can't tell him he can't do something because he'll get it done.
That's a good producer.
You worked on getting OJ on for how long?
Oh, months and months and months. And, it was one of those things that Steve would always challenge me to do something crazy or to get somebody on. And this was one of those. Before that, the challenge was get me into the hardest party in Chicago, which was JFK's party.
For the 96 convention. Yeah.
Yes. And if I got into that, I could get the most expensive suit I wanted in Chicago, and Steve would have to buy it. So, it was a lot of fun with things like that. But I started working on OJ for many months with his personal assistant, Kathy, and I would call and talk with her. Now, mind you, nobody had an interview after the trial with OJ. Steve got the first interview in the whole country. It was crazy. But to do that, you had to get through the gatekeeper, Kathy.
Yeah.
And I worked on her. And in my personal life at the time, I was going through a breakup. Remember Sean from Mario Tertosi, the makeup artist?
She dumped you. You were a wreck.
Yes. And Kathy, OJ's assistant, called me and knew I was down in the dumps and was having a rough time. So who better to give me dating advice than OJ?
That's right. I forgot. That was the linchpin, right? That was the lever.
Yeah. So I was on my couch, and I remember getting a phone call, and the person saying, "Steve," and I said, "Yes." "Hey, it's OJ. Kathy told me you're having a rough time." And after that, he would call and talk to me for hours about life and about things. He eventually, felt very comfortable with me. He invited me out to his place in Los Angeles.
Yeah, don't soft pedal this. Let's talk Mexico.
Well, and then he invited me, and he said he would pay for everything. He wanted to double date and take a couple of ladies to Mexico.
Yeah, because he needed an alibi.
Yeah.
But let me say one thing about OJ.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Go ahead.
No, and I'm going to be 100% serious, and I know it's going to make me sound bad.
Mm-hmm.
He was probably one of the most charming people that I've ever spoken to in my entire life.
Did you let him around the cutlery, including when you were out to dinner?
No, and honestly, for me, that was the personal struggle that I had with him because he was so nice, kind, and charming from what he portrayed to me. And
well, that's how he gets you. That's how he sucks you in before he murdered you. So in the process of all of this, you get him to come on the air. What do you remember about the interview?
Well, I remember him thinking that we were going to be on his side and help, I guess, vindicate him to America that he didn't do this. And I think for me, the strongest thing that comes from this is he was rambling. He really, a lot of the questions that you asked him, I think in his mind, the last thing you said to him is, OJ, I believe that you believe you were innocent.
Here's what I said. I said, you know what, OJ, after talking to you for 3 hours, I believe you didn't do it. And without missing a beat, he goes, thanks, Steve.
He really thought you were on his side.
I was on Team OJ.
He didn't understand, I don't think. But, like I said to you, I have mixed feelings because he was so charming. I think, and I think that's the thing that I take away from his death. And you look at all the other things that have happened from it. Court TV basically came out of this.
Of course. It was the first.
Changing.
His trial was the first reality show. Now, if any of the other principals stayed in touch with you, was Judge Ito in touch with you, or,
No.
Marcia Clark? When did OJ last speak to you?
Yeah.
After, right before your interview, Steve. And,
Oh, great.
Now, here's the thing. It got national coverage for obvious reasons and the timing. But at one point in the interview, you'll remember this, I said, OJ, you've always dated and married beautiful women. And this is 2 hours in. I wasn't, at that point, he's gone, right? He's not all there. Yeah, that'll happen when you kill two people. And I said, what do you do going forward about a social life? I'm sure it's way too soon. And do you remember, Grunwald? He said, well, the lady's like a bad boy.
yeah.
Wow.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
I think for me, the eeriest part about our conversations, and I had a lot of them recorded, which probably I shouldn't say, but, as long as I don't air them or play them.
Pretty good chance he's not going to sue you now.
No, I'm not going to be in trouble, but I think for me, the most eerie thing is in the middle of conversations or things like that. When I was talking about my breakup or other things, he would reference things that Nicole did to him over the years. Wow. Fights that he had with her, him telling me how to play the situation. I think that was kind of the weirdest thing for me.
Yeah.
So weird.
Yeah, just a little.
And not that I have a lot of morals or standards, but I had enough not to go to Mexico and not to go to his house.
Well, I think you're the perfect guy. You know what? Let's do it like we did last time. Seventh caller now will get tickets to our comedy show on May 9th. But Grunwald, I know you're on the road with Mom. but she's fine. And hang with me for one more segment because you're going to be our special celebrity on Wheel of Death, where we give you a celebrity name and you tell us if O.J. murdered them.
Okay.
All right, stand by, Grunwald.
He's thrilled about that.
He's not kidding.
Okay.
O.J. called him all
That's crazy.
That
time.
is beyond.
That's great.
And this is when he was going through that really bad breakup that he was just distraught about? Why did you say that?
That's weird. Well, I did the...
That
and
OJ
then-
was going through the breakup? Oh, that
Glenn.
no, that Glenn. Okay. Yeah.
But did the assistant then, did he drop the assistant too? Did he get to talk to her as well?
No, he's married to her.
Well, that worked out.
It was the only way to save her life.
All right.
312-591-8900 if you want to go. We got 4 tickets for you. A lot of people do, green card marriages. This is to save her life.
Right.
All right, at 8:17, let's do this traffic update.
The Kennedy. It's an hour 4 from O'Hare to downtown. Eisenhower, Thorndale to the post office at 58. Stevenson, 355 to the drive, about a 47-minute trip. The Dan Ryan, 95th to downtown, about 31 minutes now. Rest of the road's moving. Next update, 15 minutes.
The station with personality, WLS in Chicago.
We should say the May 9th Wang Dang Doodle, the WLS Spring Comedy Extravaganza. Tickets available at rosemont.zanies.com. Get them before they're gone.
You know what? A Wang Dang Doodle goes along with the barn dance too. Don't you think?
That's what they originally wanted to call the barn dance. I don't make stuff up. All right, Grunwald rejoins us, the only man who could deliver the O.J. interview. You're playing for Brian in St. Charles, Grunwald. You have to get 2 of 3 correct. When you're ready, Johnny, ready to spin the wheel?
I am, yes. Let's spin that wheel.
Round and round it goes. Which celebrity it lands on, nobody knows except John.
Oh, this is a good one. Jim Thorpe.
Wait, was Jim Thorpe the galloping ghost? Or
He.
was that somebody else?
Oh, that's it. No, that was Red Grange.
That was Red Grange. Okay.
Yeah, so Jim Thorpe was Jim Thorpe.
Could he outrun OJ though?
He could.
Yes.
Yeah, he could.
Jim Thorpe, the great Jim Thorpe. Did O.J. murder Jim Thorpe?
No.
Good call.
That's correct.
Good call.
That is
He
correct.
died in 1953 from a heart attack. So rare.
Oh,
These people.
okay.
Jim Thorpe died of a heart attack. Let's continue to spin the wheel of death. And the celebrity is.
Oh, this is a tricky one. Yosemite Sam.
Ooh.
Grunwald, don't blurt out your answer now. Think about it.
This is the trick question, I think, out of Yosemite Sam.
Yeah, this is an interesting one.
Okay. Was this before or after the Looney Tunes career?
Oh, because after he got in that
Right.
death spiral of drinking and treating himself poorly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
And he-
That's a
he did carry around his
that's
own
good.
guns.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was
say no.
concealed carry before it was cool.
Truly.
You're going to say no?
I'm going to say no.
O.J.
That is correct.
That's correct.
That is
Oh my gosh.
Brian in St. Charles, you're already a winner. Hold on so we can get the information, but let's do one more.
One more? Oh, good. Let's spin that wheel. Oh, how about that one? William Powell.
William Powell.
William
that?
Powell.
William Powell was an actor.
Thin Man. Yes. All the Thin Man
Thin Man.
series.
He
yeah.
drank himself to death.
Drank-
didn't he?
yeah.
When was
That's a
the
good one.
last William Powell movie, do you think?
That was Mr. Roberts was the last one, and I think I'm right on that one.
You think
believe it
you're
or
right.
not.
And I think
I'm
you're
right.
right.
What
Yeah.
year, approximately?
50, late
50
50s.
something. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Did O.J. kill? Did O.J. kill William Powell?
Am I able to phone a friend on this one?
No, actually, you're not.
I'm just going to go out there and guess and say no.
No is correct. That's exactly right.
Actually, he did kill
Oh,
William
he
Powell.
did.
Killed
Oh,
William
did.
Powell.
Yeah.
This is the one we didn't hear about.
This is the one that they don't talk about.
We got to check the Wikipedia.
Wow.
Yeah.
And,
And he's only about
Powell.
11 when he did it.
Yeah.
I
So
got
That's
so
it. That's
ahead
it.
of
early,
myself.
early in his killing career.
Way to blow that
He
game.
was just a kid. Well, Grunwald, you got 2 out of 3, so Brian's a winner anyway. Thank you for being an insane producer, and all the success you have in Detroit there is well-deserved. People can hear you on what station?
WYCD.
And you've been on it for 10 years and you don't know the call letters.
I was like,
Which one?
You've been on for 19 years?
and I would like to publicly say this
Yeah.
to everyone in Chicago right now.
Go ahead.
I don't care what your coworkers say. I love you.
Well, you're the best. I love you back. And my best to your mom and your sister, and say hi to your family, and you know the drill. All right, buddy. Thank you.
All right. Yep. Bye.
Yeah, get off the show. That's Grunwald.
I love the hesitation about the call letters. That's hilarious.
19 years.
Because you never know when you're going to get fired.
This is true. And he was thinking of the job he had 19 years ago. It still comes out.
A couple of texters, 312. I get to listen to the whole show this morning because it's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Margaret in Bridgeport and
Margaret.
WLS.
Margaret. Happy birthday,
Happy birthday, Margaret.
608 texter says, I couldn't play Wheel of Death, but I know for a fact OJ killed the beaver. Jerry Mathers, he had kind of a flashback to the war. I'm not going to deny it. What do I know?